Hey guys, welcome to the Rachel Cruze Show. So today I'm going to be reacting to a video called Why Credit Cards Are a Scam from the comedy YouTube channel Cracked. And it's part of their series called Honest Ads. And apparently it's supposed to be so funny. I've never seen it, so this is my first time viewing it. And I can't wait because I hear it's a little sarcastic, which I just appreciate that. So, okay, here we go.
Want to have money without having money? Want to go to stores and get things because you want them? Then use my Horton card. It's reliable, it's no fuss, it's a fancy plastic IOU card that will have you swimming in debt for the rest of your and your offspring's life. And
Oh my gosh, okay, pause for a second. Okay, fascinating. You'll be swimming in debt for the rest of you and your offspring's life. It's very fascinating that they said that because I think so much of understanding money, we don't realize how much we're impacting our kids. And when your kids see something that is so normal, they're going to jump in and think, yeah, that's normal. Mom and dad did that, so I'm going to do that. Like it's a mirrored effect until someone says, no. And for the rest of your life, because they are dang good at trapping you and just kind of keeping you in the cycle. It's fascinating. Okay, let's keep going.
And to make sure you feel comfortable with spending money you don't have, we'll use this comedian to make you feel like it's no big thing.
I'm from that TV show that's doing reasonably well, so I've got a sense of humor about spending money on stuff I don't need. Just charge my card, buddy.
Okay, pause. I love that they're making fun of the fact that they use celebrities because we see that all the freaking time and we're like, oh, well, if they're on TV, they must be really great with their money. So I'm going to listen to all their advice, forgetting that these credit card companies are paying them so much money to do these ads. But we just think that they're trying to help us out. So that's really funny.
Whatever, it doesn't really matter to me because I'm mostly excited to get cash back.
Relatable.
I know.
Why use gross paper covered with pictures of dead guys when you can use my square piece of dinosaur carcass with numbers on it?
Oh my gosh.
In fact, nowadays, you have to have a square of recycled soda bottle because how else would you even be able to purchase your online subscription to watching what used to be free? Or paying for an expensive education that won't lead to a job. Really, any financial milestone. That's right. To get a roof over your head, you need to earn credit, which is really just showing you own a little square that you have to pay off continually. Somehow that's what makes you trustworthy and shows you're good with money. We've made it impossible to live without our plastic numbers swiper. We're putting chips in some of them now.
Okay,
Look
pause.
at that.
Oh, they're putting chips in. Oh gosh, conspiracy theorist Rachel's gonna enjoy that one. Okay, so this is just so funny because I'm like, yeah, this is the world we're living in, that we feel like we have to have debt, specifically credit cards. Get a credit card, build your credit in order to have a roof over your head to get a house, even though we know you can do manual underwriting and it's totally fine. You can get a house without a credit score. But man, just like the picture of thinking how normal it is. It is so normal. There's no way you can do life without this plastic card. And how well they've marketed that to us, you guys. Like we think it, to the fact that when someone says it out loud, it's sarcastic and funny, which is what we're experiencing now. Okay, keep going.
You can't even use these everywhere. You can use it in some places that pay me to accept your card. Otherwise, you can just use money, which is what people who are taking your money would prefer. I'm an expensive middleman who's charging everyone extra for using my plastic cutout. Also, you'll probably need a different swipey swiper when my card doesn't work at one place where another one does work. Is it harder to keep track of how much you're spending when you don't physically see the presidentially decorated paper strips leaving your hands? We're counting on it.
Okay. See? They know, you guys. They know. I bet he's a fan of Ramsey Solutions. Yes, that when you spend with cash, you actually end up spending less because, like you just said, it is leaving your hand. You have to trade something in a transaction. And what that does to your brain, the pain centers of your brain light up. Something happens where you feel money leaving. It does something different than just swiping and keep going. But he said, yeah, that's what we're hoping, is that you just keep going and collecting more and more. So interesting. Okay. So these days, every dollar matters, and taking care of your family matters too. With Christian Healthcare Ministries, you can care for your family's health and bank accounts. To learn more, go to chministries.org/Rachel.
Encourage you to go paperless. We'll say it's for the environment, but it's really because we know if we send you emails of the charges you made, you'll only skim the email, if you're reading them at all. Here's where it gets fun for me and exclusively no one else. We made it so the longer it takes for you to be able to pay us back on time, the more money you'll rack up in interest, and the harder it'll be to pay off. And doesn't that sound like it should be illegal? It's not, it's interest. Interest is a random percentage we charge you because you made charges. This is going to get pretty technical and pretty crimey, so let's look at a graph. If you're the average American credit card holder, then you owe more than $10,000 in debt. Let's say your interest rate is 24.99% and you're paying off just the minimum because times are tough, or because times are normal. That means that in 10 years, you'll have paid more than $26,000 and still owe over $11,000 more, and that's just 10 years. After 50 years, you'll have paid $165,729 and still owe more than $17,000. So you will always owe me money. But the more you use...
Okay, pause. So that's the thing, you guys. Like, that's one reason that we talk about this whole industry being so toxic. So where the average American owes $10,000 in their credit card, and some people are like, well, I pay mine off every month, all of it. And I'm like, okay, yes, maybe you do. Maybe you're one of the less than 0.5% of Americans, 48% of Americans that actually pay it off every month. You're still benefiting from people stuck in that system he just showed. So your rewards and your points and all of that is off of this toxic system of these people that are stuck in it. And until they decide, hey, I'm gonna have to sacrifice and get an extra job and do what I can to pay this off, to get above it, to get beyond it, versus just stuck in this hole. Like, that's the industry. That's what they want. And so they paint themselves like they're trying to help you, or that they want to advance you and you get free, upgraded first class tickets to this, there, whatever the thing is. And I'm like, yes, but you're stuck in this industry that does that to people. Like, it's crazy. I read a book called 4 Winds about the Dust Bowl and all these Okies, they called them, that migrated to California, and they got put to work on these huge farms, and they had like their own grocery store and their own bank and all this, and they had to use the owners. They had to go into debt, in order to buy food at that grocery store. I mean, it was like this sick cycle. And I'm like, man, that exact specific thing obviously is not happening like right now exactly that way. But I'm like, but in the same way, there's financial industries, part of the financial industry that is doing that. That's getting people stuck in a cycle that if they just live in it, they literally mathematically can't get out. And so, makes me mad. Okay, keep going.
The more worthless things we'll give you. All right, yes, let's hear it for stuff, or even better than stuff, cash back, which is just a tiny portion of money that you'll use to pay off the debt. But of course, you'll never see actual money. The more you charge, the more cash back we give you. It's like you're digging a hole, and we throw in a handful of dirt to help you get out of the hole, but only after you dig 5 feet deeper. If you're worried you might not be able to pay off this credit card, we'll encourage you to get another card to pay off that one, and then another to pay off that one. The more credit cards, the more you have to pay, and the more you owe us. It's literally the same apparatus as a Ponzi scheme, but we tell you about it with a 300-page tiny printed booklet that you won't read. So get yourself a Horton Card credit card. Go ahead and swipe it through machines till you owe us billions. Oh, was that too harsh? Oh, here. Hey, laugh machine, make the people feel better with your jokey words.
Hey, so you guys ever notice how Katy Perry is,
You feel better already, right?
Katy Perry's basically just Zooey Deschanel, but gassier, so.
I'm Roger, by the way.
Oh, man. And here's the crazy thing, y'all, is like, it's all true. I'm like, yes, it's exactly what's happening. Exactly what's happening. Oh, man. Okay, well, I hope that enlightened me a little bit in my day, and just to remind me, yeah, it's exactly what is happening. So hopefully you got a little entertainment, a little education there. But if you have a friend who wants the inside scoop about credit cards, make sure to send them this video. And remember, just stay far away from debt and credit cards. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it. You can use a debit card, get everything you need to have in life, but it's your money you're actually using. You're not engaging with the bank and their money and then interest and all that we just saw in that video. Oh man, so crazy. All right, you guys, remember to take control of your money and create a life you love.